Before I took office, there were a lot of folks out there making some pretty bold predictions about how things would turn out. You might remember some of the predictions, that if I became president, we'd, quote, see a depression, the likes of which we've never seen, end of quote. Folks, it turns out capitalism is alive and very well. We're making serious progress to ensure that it works the way it's supposed to work, for the good of the American people. So for all those predictions of doom and gloom 6 months in, here's where we stand. Record growth, record job creation, workers getting hard-earned breaks. Look, we brought this economy back from the brink, and we've designed our strategy not only to provide for a temporary boost, but to lay the foundation for a long-term boom. But despite that progress, we cannot afford to be complacent. We know that our economic recovery hinges on getting the pandemic under control. And by fully vaccinating 160 million Americans, or 80% of our seniors, we've fundamentally changed the course of the pandemic from one that threatens all Americans to a disease that has the most severe impacts only on the unvaccinated people in the country. But we can't let up, especially since and because of the Delta variant, which is more transmissible and more dangerous. Unfortunately, cases are now rising, particularly in communities with very low vaccination rates. We also know that as our economy has come roaring back, we've seen some price increases. Some folks have raised worries that this could be a sign of persistent inflation, but that's not our view. Our experts believe, and the data shows, that most of the price increases we've seen were expected and are expected to be temporary. I want to be clear. My administration understands that if we were to ever experience unchecked inflation over the long term, that would pose a real challenge to our economy. So while we're confident that isn't what we're seeing today, we're going to remain vigilant about any response that is needed.